Hello, gamers. Ugh. Help me. Alright, which banner am I using? Pincer one. Are pincers what I need? Long term? Nope. I got plenty of pincers. Could do these dailies just for the sake of getting more coins, because yeah, I'm gonna slowly lose a lot. Alright. Well, I'll get my daily done first. Anyways, this is just gonna be a chill stream. I don't know if people even get notifications because YouTube's been stupid lately. Hey, hi. Hey, me, hi. Hey, Dev. What up? Hey, Spade. Oh, Spade, did you end up, You still doing your computer stuff? I know I didn't end up really sending you any DMs because apparently like a bunch of other people already did, so... Oh, is it midnight for you, Mihai? Yeah. All good, buddy. I know, I'm getting to this a little bit late. Your chin is so long in the thumbnail. Yeah, so basically, the thumbnail is how I look in real life. This is me with a filter on. Yes, they did fix the hub, Dev. I was hopping on, I was getting ready to make a video talking about it. And then I noticed that all the event stuff was back there again. Which, thank God, because everyone was really worried that, for those of you that don't know, the heckbug event just outright ended today. And everyone was really worried because it's the weekend. So nobody's in the Troves, like, you know, no one's working. So everyone thought, oh, we're just not going to have the event for all weekend. And then nobody's going to end up compensating us or fixing it or anything. But thankfully, someone actually did the work. Which is funny because nobody did that for the duping. But at least they did it for the event. But yeah, I'm just gonna kind of get my daily done and then we'll go into the stupid caves and kind of just chill and stuff. If I can, I'll stream Monster Hunter today. I know that barely anyone even got the notification yesterday. I assume because most people were probably sound asleep because they were playing Monster Hunter all night. Hey, Atro. But yeah, suffice to say, I beat the story of Monster Hunter already. And then last night there was like a, what was it? The last mission that I was doing was like capture this monster, and nowhere in the game does it ever explain how to capture anything. So I failed that mission, and then I just took like an hour to capture the thing off camera. I know most of you Trove fans don't really care that much, but it was frustrating because the game just kind of assumed that I knew how to capture things, but it didn't actually explain it at all, which in my opinion is a huge oversight. And then as soon as I captured it, it was like, now you're in the end game. And I was like, oh, okay. Blackmailing my brother to build the PC for me. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, because you were saying like he knows what he's doing when it comes to that stuff, right? So that's cool. Hey, Levy. Yeah, my day's going good. I'm tired today. I don't know why. I was yesterday as well. Yeah, later, Mihai. My computer's on its last legs, unfortunately. RIP. Need a new power supply? That's what fixed mine. I do need to get like a better SSD at some point, but eh. Most of all, I want to experience, like right now, my main thing that I'm kind of rushing is obviously still logging in every day on Trove and getting the heckbug event. But then I want to experience some of the end game of Monster Hunter so that I can start, like I'm already starting to work on my video review. Because I figure I gotta kind of rush that out because baby anytime. Hey Ajax, is there any new major update? No, not really, unfortunately. The heckbug event's really good, just in terms of what it adds, because there's a lot of items that you can get for Mystic Gear, but it only really affects endgame freaks like me. Otherwise, it depends how long ago you stopped playing. I do have a Trove returning guide for 2025, as well as a couple other planned videos while I'm away next week. I kind of talked about it in my Luxian video the other day, but basically I've set them up for members only right now while I kind of put the finishing touches on them. Like a couple Trove videos don't even have thumbnails yet. Hey DLR, what up? Why is it snowing in the hut but green on the outside? Oh, green in the housing? You know, to prevent it from snowing inside. Probably. Whoa, look at this guy. He's having fun. Was. Stopped playing 4 months ago, close to 40 KPR. Okay. Yeah, I don't think, like, if you had the Gearcrafter update and the Long Shade, where they renamed all the difficulties arbitrarily for no reason, that would be the last big thing. Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Atro. We almost always have Trove's biggest update, or at least not these previous years, but March. Yeah. So hopefully I'll still be lurking in the Discord and stuff. So hopefully somebody will let me know, like, when there's a new event going on, or when the test server's online or something like that. I just might not get to it immediately. Hey, Bode. Oh, am I already done with this? Yeah, okay, so I just need to focus on these. I don't need pincers. I feel like it's either going to be a new class or Mystic 2. Yeah, I know. I really hope it's the new class that was rumored like years ago. Because, by golly, we need a new class. I'm always the advocate of a new class gives the most amount of content. If I'm being perfectly honest, I just hope it's actually a cool class for once. Something that I can truly main on top of Shadowhunter. Yeah, I know. I don't think it's gonna end up being anything super big. It's probably just gonna be some small update, not even Mystic. It'll just be like, ooh, Adventuring 2.0 or something, you know? Something nobody, like, asked about or cares about. Let's be real. Or, ooh, we overhauled mining. Lasermancy has changed. Okay. Hey, Azram. Hope it's a garbage grind like Solarian is. No, that's just because spend money. I hope it's another class that takes a bunch of stuff from dead content, like rampages. That was fun. I just hope we get a new class in general, dude. Like, oh my god. And I just hope that it's not as boring. Like, let's be real. Solarian kinda sucks. I'm not talking about like its power or anything. I'm talking about the fact that it's just so uninspired. Like, as far as class design, it's just taller Shadowhunter. My wisdom teeth are coming in and my mouth is sore. Good. Now just get them pulled out, right? Oops, I gotta go up here. Daughter of the Moon playable? That'd be kind of interesting. I don't see it, but it'd be kind of neat. I still want, like, something more inventive and fun. I want, you know what I want? I want them to make a melee class that's like, I don't know, both good at speed farming and dungeoning. I mean, I would take another ranged class for sure. And unfortunately, I don't think anything's gonna really top Shadowhunter in terms of just shooting through walls. But at the very least, I hope the new class is fun. If there even is a new class, like, let's be real. The X's marking the spot is the definitive boss radar mod by Chronicle. Which again, just heads up, I'm trying to get my daily done, like my star bar, and then we'll hop into the stupid caves. The minimap mod is literally minimap mod. Maybe the class to continue the story. What story? They retconned the entire story out of the tutorial. Oh, I'm not close enough to that one. Hello. Buh, I was just born. I still personally think they need to move away from humanoid classes. There's so many other cool things that they could do. Oh, also, I will spoil this for you guys, just because I think it's something interesting. So Steam Next Fest is going on, right? And I've been playing a few of the games out of there, recording a few of them. Most of them are kind of lackluster. This Next Fest kind of sucks, let's be real. One game that did catch my eye, I do have a video that's gonna go over it. But basically, Cubic Odyssey, I think it's called. It's No Man's Sky Minecraft. And apparently the full game will actually have online multiplayer, so. I'm not saying it's gonna be an MMO, but it crept up to my most excited game out of like all the indie games that I'm pumped for. Like it's really good. Oh, one and only. Okay, yeah. So because you're a member, you already watched the video. Yeah, that game's dope, dude. I want more. I hate the fact that it cuts off just as you go into space. But anyway, that'll be a video. You guys will get to see it. Like, full transparency, all the member videos that you guys have been notified of, which I don't know why YouTube's even notifying you guys. I guess they're like, hey, you should be a member. I'm not doing that. Normally those videos should be hidden from you guys. But they're going to go public like over the next week as I set out my schedule and jump. I know, I can't wait for the full game either. It's right up there as like, definitely out of top 5 indies that I'm waiting for. It depends how they handle the multiplayer. Like, I'm really curious to see how they'll handle that. Is it just gonna be me hosting a server like Valheim, where I do it through Steam? Oh, I'll probably just be streaming it instead of like the super cut videos. Actually, one and only, the Next Fest 2025 members only video, that is a behind the scenes that does have the entire uncut of the Cubic Odyssey. Oh, I'm done with my daily. Sweet. And funny enough, it got grabbed like 50 times. All of that music that I was praising in the demo, it's all licensed. They don't own it. So suffice to say, I'm gonna mute the game when I start actually playing it. Idiots. Anyway, that's just behind the scenes YouTuber stuff. It was just like, huh. Video cannot be monetized. Video cannot be monetized. Oh, okay. Thank you. Do that. Right, caves. I hope you guys like the caves. Yeah, Atro, I know it was a little baity to put 50K in the video. But I figured then, like, at least I'm still explaining in that video that 50K isn't possible. But it's close enough. Right, I need this one, and I need, which one is it, the heckbird? No, I'm using heckbird. It's like heckamungus or heckmantis, that's it. How do you download my mods? Most of them are off Trovesaurus, otherwise you can check in the Discord. I have a chat dedicated to all the mods that I use, as well as a bunch of recommended ones, just because my mod videos are kind of out of date at this point. It's not like you have to, you know, stick around in the Discord, but if you join it just to see that chat, then it'll have a list of everything. Because I couldn't fit all the download links in my last mod video, just because YouTube has a limit to how many characters they have in a description. $900 mastery rank. Jeez. Nice. Spent so long doing the Catastra delves because I need one memento to cross the final mount. Oh god, yep. Don't remind me. Where's the heckbug base? I don't see it in the hub. Okay, so there was an issue with people not seeing it. Like, it disappeared, and then they fixed it, and it's in the hub again. But if you guys don't see it in the hub, then that means you might have to reload the hub or change the hub to a different instance until you see it. Just let me know, because it might be like a big internal issue right now. Suffice to say, I'm not having issues. Maybe you need to restart the client. Maybe you need maybe there's a secret update. Although I didn't patch today. But it is there, rest assured. Got some kind of mount in the depths, sell it for 1.8 mil. Is it worth it? Depends which mount you're talking about. Join world minus 37005 on PC is the hub with the event stuff in it. Well, that's one of them. Because yeah, for me, I didn't have the issue. But I got to it pretty late. It just might be that it's still loading like the incorrect hub, because sometimes that happens with Trove loading. Yeah, because the hub stays open for a long time, exactly. And thus, it doesn't load a new hub until the previous ones are closed. Oh. I did consume a flask before I came in here, right? Actually, you know what? I want to get my vacuum cleaner again instead. I'll say, hey, Jex. Yeah, I think I did consume a flask. That's okay. I want my vacuum cleaner because I don't use the other thing anyway. This way I can still get some resources that I don't need. Crap, I think someone took this route. Like, I was looking at the compass when I first came in here to see if the other player went this way. But it didn't look like they did. And now it's looking like they did. Yeah, there they are. Ah, this stupid game. It should really have the companions client side. Like, at least everyone can get the loot from them, but I hate having to be in a rush. And then I also hate outrunning them. Yeah, the heckbug event is back. Like, it's fixed. Thankfully. What class would you guys recommend? I'm a noob. Honestly, it kind of depends on what you find fun in your video games. Tomb Raider's really powerful. Candy Barb's a lot of fun early on, kind of drops off a little bit later in the game. Is Boomeranger a starting class? I forget. But he ends up being god tier powerful, so. I'm gonna tell you a fact about the event today. Yes, do it. Hey, Anil. Yes, I'm still playing Trove. I kind of have to. It's my job. Also, for whatever reason, no other games are interesting enough that I can continually play them. Or it'll be something like Monster Hunter where it's a lot of fun and it's really interesting, but nobody wants to watch it. So it's like, oh, okay. I guess I'll just play this myself then. I blame the YouTube algorithm. Hey, Silver, what up? Have you gotten into Woowa? Woowa was so boring just because it's just another generic gacha game. It's got a lot of mechanics that I liked over Genshin, but even when I talked in my review, like, it's one of those games where I would come back to it like maybe in a few years once it actually has enough content. Even then, I went back into it for the new update and was just like, oh, the core game is still boring. Granted, how many hours did I put into Genshin before I found the gacha formula to be boring? It's just, there's not enough to it, in my opinion. I'm not trying to judge anyone who likes Withering Waves, because I think that's probably one of the best in terms of a gacha game. You can throw around 6 to 7 blankets on a single treasure chest objective, and the tokens stack ridiculously. I kind of, you know what? I kind of had a suspicion, but I never tested it. So thanks for that. I can't throw down enough of them, but yeah, that gave me 63 tokens. So yeah, it was worth it. I had a feeling. Yeah, it would just keep stacking outside of the minion or the critter despawning. Yeah. That makes sense as far as Trove's weird spaghetti code. Yeah, I mean, either way, like, maybe just throw down 2. Because in my opinion, like if you throw down a blanket or maybe 2 blankets, like you can laser them and blanket them at the same time. That's something that I noticed. And I was getting like maybe 40 or something. And then I think out of that one, I got like 60. So the blanket stacking is definitely better. Hey, Gina. Yeah, today's going good, Silver. Finally got some nice weather here, so we took the dogs to like a bunch of different dog parks. And then pretty much now we're at the point like as soon as the hospital calls us either over the weekend or on Monday, hopefully by Monday. But yeah, then all the baby stuff starts. Yeah, got about 61 there. So yeah, it's definitely worth just spamming blankets. I wish we could spam them faster, like bombs. Just past 800 mastery. GG, nice. Yeah, I want to test throwing 2 blankets and lasering it. See how much that gives. You can complete the event in just a couple minutes. I mean, I wouldn't say a couple minutes, maybe like 1 full run. Like 1 full cave run if you can muster it. All right, 1, 2, and laser. Let's see. I'm getting allies out of this. 44. Okay, so it's just better outright to throw a bunch of blankets. Okay. Interesting. Oh, you can just leave the door open, babe. Hi, Bush. Sweet puppy. Oh. Yeah, is the heckbug event gone from you guys on console? Maybe they didn't fix it. Right. Yeah, because so the event disappeared in the hub on PC, but it's back now. What I would suggest that you guys try out on console is just go to different hubs, because sometimes it'll load like an old hub that still has the problem. And then maybe let me know. I'm on console as well, but the event just reappeared. Okay, yeah, so it's just hub issues. Okay. And then Spade's on PlayStation and still sees it. So yeah, so basically what's happening is some of you are loading into the dead hub. That's like the problem hub. So once that hub finally dies and you load into like a more recent one that generated, then it should resolve the issue. But yeah, that's kind of annoying. Just keep trying. Wee. Oh no, it just spawns like in the hub. You'll just spawn in the hub, look to your left, you'll see the event corner, and it'll just have like the big giant hellbug pumpkin thing. Oh, side note, I know nobody in this stream cares, but you know how there was the Pokemon Presents a couple days ago and they barely showed the new Pokemon game? Well, apparently there was an individual video they released afterwards that showed like more. I haven't watched it yet. But I might pick that one up. It actually looks kind of neat. Basically, the Pokemon Presents had like a bunch of mobile games, but then they did tease Pokemon Z to A. But they didn't show much. And then apparently, like, I was checking the Reddit and it was like a, I don't know if it was like a deep dive or a, I don't know. Like, it showed more than what they showed on the present. I think it's just on the Nintendo channel for YouTube. Again, I didn't watch it because it's like, I already know what the game is. No promises if I'll get it, but I did really enjoy playing Scarlet and Violet with you guys on stream. I think that the multiplayer in that game is something that people take for granted. And that new Pokemon looks pretty dope. Like the action combat and how you can move your Pokemon out of the way of like enemy attacks and stuff. Like I'm always a huge advocate of a more active play style. Oh, okay. So we do got some Pokemon fans in chat. Let's go. But yeah, basically, what's going on for me, like you guys know how the Switch has like those 2-ticket vouchers or whatever. So basically you can buy a voucher that includes 2 full-priced games and you get like $20 off instead of like individually buying each of those games, which is weird that it's such a huge deal. I did that, I think, last June or July. I spent my first ticket on Zelda Echoes of Wisdom, and then I was going to save my second ticket for Metroid Prime 4 or Mario Kart 9 or something, right? But then Nintendo, like a scummy little snake, comes out with a post saying how 2-ticket vouchers won't work on Switch 2 exclusive games. I get it. But it means that Prime 4 and Mario Kart are probably Switch 2 exclusives, which means I might be forced to spend that ticket on like the Pokemon game because it's going to be a cross-generation game. Because unfortunately the ticket expires in a year, so. Again, I know nobody asked, but I'm just saying like that would be the only reason I would potentially play the new Pokemon game. And it depends if my homie would pick it up. Because the co-op is where it's at. Which portal do I go in? Oh, for the event, it doesn't really matter. I'd suggest going to my event guide video if you don't know anything about the event itself. But yeah, the portal doesn't matter. It just changes the color palette. If you haven't done any of the Geode caving, then you're gonna have a really hard time with the event. Just because it's related to like these little critters and companions, and you need to use all your modules like your jet pack and all this other crap. I wonder how difficult it would actually be to get through the event if you are at 0 for all of this stuff. You know what? Screw that guy. Yeah, Geode caving. So in short, there's this alternate hub, the Geode Sanctuary, and it's a whole other forced progression. Like as you can see, the gameplay is completely different, where we don't carry any of our combat stats in here. Geode Caves is basically like you're mining like a whole bunch of irrelevant ore and like items to upgrade a bunch of what the game calls modules. So like my jet boosters, and you can see my health power is replaced with an energy meter and stuff. So all of that is kind of the progression of the caves. Nobody liked the caves when they were first added. Nobody still likes the caves. But for whatever reason, the devs were like, this would be a good idea. And I'm just saying that the event itself wants you to go in these caves and do a lot of stuff. So, yeah. It's not that it's impossible within the first early tiers. It's just going to be really, really slow. Because you basically have to have either a med kit, a blanket, or a meat bone. And then oh, this one's cold. Throw a blanket on him. That's kind of the extent of all you need to do out of the event. And the event will teach you how to do most of it. But if you see these treasure ones, you throw multiple blankets on them and you'll get a crap ton of tokens out of it. Bare minimum for the event, I would say, is level 6 rocket boots. No fall damage. Right, there used to be fall damage. I forgot. It's been so long. And gas tier 5 to 6. So that you can have tier 3 survivability. Yeah, maybe. Again, I don't know if you need to go that deep. But it would definitely make it more reasonable. Because you could probably do it just with tier 1 crap. It would just kind of suck. Oh, you did it at 0, Peyton? Okay, so it's possible. It's just, yeah, really slow. Okay. Makes sense. But basically what we're doing out of this, like for me anyways, is I'm just getting a crap ton of these tokens stocked up. Whoops. So that I can just log in, grab the items I need, log out, kind of thing. Not right now. Now we're just streaming, so I thought, let's chill. Because at any time that can be like, oh, baby's coming. No more streams for like a week or two. I mean, I don't know how long it's going to take before... before life starts finding its routine. I think it's like 2 or 3 weeks, maybe. At the same time, like, I'm really curious to see, like the wife and I are, like, really chill. So we're both kind of like excited and curious to see, like, is it really going to be like as difficult as everyone says it is to be a parent? And I'm not trying to undermine anyone and their circumstances. You know, it's all different. But just for our circumstance, like our specific situation, we're just like, I don't know. I have like a morbid curiosity of like, am I really going to feel like super stressed? Am I really going to have to take like a whole month or something off from streaming and work and stuff? Or is it going to be something that's just like, oh, now we just have a baby? Am I going to be super like clingy and like, oh, are you okay kind of thing? I don't think so, because I'm not that type of person. But anyways, it'll all be explored in the vlogs. Don't worry, guys. Also, thank you, Spade. Yeah, I'm excited. By the way, tip for rocket boots, you can spam space instead of holding space. As long as you have level 10 end charge, you will conserve charge significantly. Ah, yes. Oop. No, nothing. Oh yeah, no, we got it. I mean, monkeys can be parents, so we're fine. Again, it's just more so like I'm just really curious, like as a comparison to... I can't help but compare like to other people and just be like, is it really that hard, or are people just whining? I know that sounds mean, but it is. Don't worry, I'll eat all my words. It'll be like in the vlogs, you'll just see me slowly descend into madness. This baby doesn't stop. Father of 6. Good Lord, Scorpius. I don't know how your wife does it. That would probably be an adventure and a half, dude. Especially when they start growing up, like, and being old enough to be conscious and like their own people, like their own person. Man, that would be fun. Yeah, we want 2 for sure. Probably go for 3. But I just think that'd be so cool just because, like, for me, I grew up, like, really, really close to my cousins. So we had, like, these huge family gatherings. And I kind of, like, feel almost bad that our kids aren't really going to have that because, you know, we're all, you know, I still talk with my cousins and stuff, but we're all, like, in our own separate worlds now. Adulting. Biggest thing that I think I'm gonna struggle with is trying to find a balance with baby screen time. Like I didn't grow up with screen time, so I don't know how to manage that. I don't know how to parent that. I'll figure it out, but it's the one thing where I'm just kind of like, I don't know what I'm doing. Just download your mods and I can't change my in-game settings like video quality. Are you using one of the redesign mods? Because I've noticed some of those don't really work for whatever reason, like for your settings. You'll notice I turned a lot of them off. Yeah, as far as I understand, like my cousin's a teacher and he gets the same runaround from people where they're like, oh, you guys are having a girl, wait till she's 12. And it's like, he's a teacher, he knows how to deal with kids. Like near as we can tell in our discussions, it's like, you don't really need to manage screen time that much. You just have to be like there. And I think that a lot of parents, I mean, I'm gonna say no offense, but we all know it's bad parenting. It's like, it's so much easier to just throw a screen in front of them and just not deal with it. I get it, but grow up. Yes, I'm gonna be a mean dad. Mean to other people outside of my people. Gonna be fun. Again, I'll probably eat all my words and be like, oh. Yep, no phone for my kids because you can't afford it. No, sorry, but no, I think like we'll probably get like a safety phone, you know, something where it's just, it doesn't have any apps or anything. It's just so that we can keep track of them and then they can phone call. But yeah, I don't think, you know, I didn't need it. They don't need it either. And then watch what'll happen. They'll become like super spoiled and resentful. Yeah, my dad won't even let me get a phone. Meanwhile, all the other kids at school, I got a phone. Gonna get your kid into instruments. I mean, if I'm being honest, I don't play piano myself anymore. I'm more of like kind of hippy dippy, like, oh, if the kid finds interest in like this instrument, sure, we'll encourage it. But I don't know. It's too early to say if we're like, you know, gonna be putting them into like specific classes and stuff. I mean, if I'm being perfectly honest, it's gonna sound mean, but I'd say it's more so responsible. I'm going to force them into a class that they don't like that's actually got a career ahead of them. Sure, you can go ahead and learn an instrument for fun, but is there a future in it? Not really. Like, if you want to get into instrumentation and all that kind of stuff, honestly, they should just become a rapper. Because then they don't need to know anything other than programs, right? Because you just put in like some rhythm beat or whatever. Or become like a... What was it? There was this one guy I knew. An engineer at a studio. That's how you make a crap ton of money for doing like nothing. Like, we had this friend that was like charging us so much money to like, you know, record music with them and stuff. And then once we kind of like learned how to do it ourselves, we just rented the studio instead. And it was like so much cheaper. It's like, why are we paying this guy? Because the engineer, as far as like musical engineer, is mostly just someone who turns all the dials and stuff, not someone who actually, like, they're not a producer. They're not giving you ideas or feedback or like helping you make a good song. They're literally just there turning knobs. But again, that would be only if it's like pushing that type of career. But I would rather push something like something that's going to stay around like long term, like a trade, some type of trade job. Then at least you're making so much money that you can just buy all the latest games and then that's your escape. Whatever. I know it sounds really boring just breaking life into that stuff, but I think older people watching understand. But anyway. Yeah, no, I know, Astro. I know, like, it's a fine line in terms of like, if we actively try to stop our kids from having a phone, then they're gonna try and sneak a phone once they get older. I know. But that's kind of you know, that's years away. Deal with that when we got it. I think that if we can manage, like they're gonna go through their angsty teen years, and that's fine. It's more so a matter of, I don't know, just all I can really do is compare it to my own angsty years, right? And just be like, the animosity that I felt towards my parents, and that we all do, you know, because that's just part of growing up, to challenge them. And it's like, if it's not as bad as I was, it'll be fine, because I was pretty bad. But I think, you know, at the same time, it's like, is that why I'm so chill now? Like, I don't know, you know, you can't really, I don't think there's any type of like controlling of it all. And if I'm being perfectly honest, like, I think the reason why both the wife and I are so chill about like how we're going to raise our kid is because you can't prepare. Like, nobody actually knows what they're doing. There's plenty of like, there's so many different ways of raising your kid, but there's only a handful of wrong ways of raising your kid. And so long as we stay away from those, whatever, it's fine. Just got to keep them alive. That's all. Protect them, keep them safe. That's it. Don't let them get eaten by a lion, you know. My youngest is into software engineering. Computers aren't going anywhere. Yeah, that's a good career choice. Just don't let them get into video gaming. I'm kidding, of course, because if they find passion in it, I mean, how the hell can you say no? Whoops. Like, it all really depends on the type of person that they are, and that's not something that you can really, you know, define. Sure, there's like the environment and how your parents are and all that stuff. You know, there's so many different variables that'll end up turning you into the person that you're meant to be, and that's that. All you can do as a parent is be the best that you can. Too late. I myself am a gamer. Oh, dude, no. I know. Like, Mariko keeps saying, like, he's not gonna play games, and I'm like, oh, yes, he is. I can't wait to play games with him, and when he's old enough that it's not registered as YouTube Kids videos, like, I'll do collabs with my son. I'll have him on the channel. I can't wait to have those cherished, like I cherish the memories of me playing through like Contra and Mario and stuff on the NES and things like that. I can't wait to create those memories for him. You know, the idea is that it's you live through your kids once you have them, and I'm excited as hell for it. It's gonna make me look at life in a different way, and I think, you know, in a lot of ways, it's already started to kind of shift my mental gauge to being more chill about things. Yeah, no, I know it's gonna be core memories. That's the thing. And I think the one thing that's like really important for core memories is just how, like, real talk. I think the biggest thing is needing to work on my patience and how I respond to things when I get angry. Those are kind of like the key things that I know I need to get a better handle on so that I can show by example. Because, you know, this is just independent to myself. I get pissed off. And sometimes it's not healthy. Most times it is. But every now and then I slip. But at the same time, I'm human, so it's like, whatever. And I think so long as I can adhere to those rules, then they can just learn by example and, you know. Anyway. Yeah, later, Silver. Also, hi, Destroyer. Sorry I didn't say hello. We are multi-streaming Twitch and YouTube, as usual. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, I can't, you know, I think any actual parent can say, like, I can't say how it's all gonna go, what's gonna happen with it or anything like that, because you don't know. And I have no idea. I'm just saying I'm in a really good space right now. Like, I'm really excited for it. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, a new adventure that I needed to combat my crippling depression. Kidding. But yeah, hi Deli. But yeah, I'm also curious, like, just in terms of, like, I keep thinking about video game stuff, and it's like, are we gonna have Hytale by the time my son's old enough to play games? Like, you know? What games, like, what's the gaming economy gonna look like? Is the Switch 2 gonna be irrelevant by then? And we'll already have, like, a new console? We already know we're not getting a GTA 8 or 7 or whatever. GTA 6 is probably gonna be the last one, let's be real. I think if there's one thing that I do, like, as far as a gamer is concerned, if there's one thing that I do want to kind of force my son to get into, it's playing retro games. I want to be able to show him the games that I grew up with and have him be able to objectively see them for what they are. Because I think that, like, you know, most people nowadays are kind of too obsessed with, like, the new shiny thing, and it's like, you know, it's kind of the same as, like, people's argument with books. Bad example because it's kind of the polar opposite of video games, but I'm talking about video games in the sense of an entertainment form. And it's like, there's so many games that I grew up with that, in my opinion, modern games still aren't as good. They're very few and far between. There's not that many games that are like that, but it's like I don't think Morrowind is a game that's aged well that I could be like, oh, check this out. It's the best. Even though I have insane amounts of memories surrounding Morrowind. For GTA, we don't actually have an official release date. It's just all leaks and rumors and BS. My prediction would be sometime in the fall of this year, probably Q3, Q4. Just because we've got that, what's that other one? We got that Mafia game that is very, very similar to GTA. And it's under the same publisher. So we know that they're not going to be butting heads with a release date similar to each other. In fact, I'm a little bit suspect that the Mafia game is going to release and then they're going to push GTA 6 back. Using Mafia as like the padding. Oh, here's your open world sandbox game while you wait for GTA. But we'll see. Nice laser bot. A true, let me spin my video game wine for Morrowind. There's actually multiplayer mods for Morrowind. I want to play them so bad once my cousin gets a PC. But yes, I love the Elder Scrolls games. I hope that we actually get the next Elder Scrolls sometime in this millennium. And I hope that it also isn't terrible. But Bethesda kind of sucks now, so we'll see what happens. I was very surprised. So the other day we went to the dentist and got like a new guy at the dentist, right? And I'm talking to him about, yeah, I do YouTube, play video games and stuff. And, you know, he kind of just goes for the generic, like, oh, Fortnite and all that stuff. And I'm like, nah, no, not so much. And he's talking about how like, oh man, the games that I used to play was like Red Alert, Battlefield, 1942 and all this stuff. And I'm like, oh man, okay, so you're actually a gamer. Those were all the games I grew up with. The LAN party games. Because again, remember I grew up with my cousins, so we all played games together. So we would get like Battlefield and with the Desert Combat mod. Bad Company. Halo, that was a really big one when we were growing up. Yeah, I don't know if they officially talked about the Oblivion remake, GNAC. That was just something that people are speculating. But we haven't heard any official word on it. So it kind of up in the air. What games did I grow up playing? Yeah, those would be the big ones. Otherwise, long before Trove, there was this game called Nexus TK that Nexon used to own. They don't anymore. But that was an MMO, probably one of the first MMOs that nobody knows about, and I played that game for years. I've referred to it many, many times here on the channel. I've thought about going back to it, like just for like maybe a one-off video or something, just to introduce people to it. I don't really know what other MMOs we grew up with. There wasn't that many back then. But yeah, for us, like, whenever I talk with my cousin, it's like, oh, you got any nostalgia around the NES? And it's like, no, not really. Even Super Nintendo. Super Nintendo's great, but I remember, don't tell Nintendo. I remember when my brother and I discovered emulators. And it was just like, it was like we found a vault and it just opened up everything. And we played through like almost every Super Nintendo game. Found some gems too that we didn't own back in the day. Because back in my day, it was word of mouth. I still remember one of my fondest memories is we had Mario 64, and what was the max amount of stars in the game? It was like 125 or something. I don't know. I don't remember the exact number. But we were playing the game. We didn't have any guides or anything like that. And we just, like, I think we were missing one singular star at the end of the game. And we just searched high and low and just constantly were looking for it. And then we hear from my dad hears from another dad whose son talked about, like, oh, you gotta beat like the what was it, the slide in like 130 or something, and that gets you the last star. and then that was how it was back then. And then that's how we got it. Like, if another thing again that me and my cousin talk about regularly in terms of like screen time and all this stuff, again with him, teaching kids so he has a good understanding of like how they are these days. And if there's one thing that I really, really hope that I can teach my boy is to be self-sufficient. Because I hate to say it and sound like a stupid boomer, but genuinely, I think people are too Google dependent, and so they don't try to resolve their own problems. That's not gonna make much sense to most people, but there's a lot of people that I've met in life that is like, wow, these people are stupid. Because they just rely on all that stuff too much. I never noticed that this guy had a friend or a face. I kind of want to destroy him. This is, yeah. Putting these in. Anyway. I retract my statement about Subnautica being my favorite game. Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe was incredible. They're actually doing, I saw another post. What was it? They're doing another, like a Stanley Parable remaster or something. I'm not exactly sure. Also, yeah, Laserbot, I knew it was you in game. Growing up, my cousin and I's main games were ones like Plants vs. Zombies, Worms, World Party, or the Papa's games. Papa? I don't know the Papa games, but Plants vs. Zombies and Worms are pretty dope. Also, hi E6. Is Papa Pizzeria a game? Because that's all I think. Like, aren't you just describing food? Trying to think what else I need to do right now. Oh, let me see how many tokens did we get out of that. Ooh, yeah, okay, that blanket trick. Thanks, Atro, that worked. Nice. Well, as much as I love chilling with you guys, honestly, we've kind of already done everything. The Papa Pizzeria are real games? No, you're lying. No, but I think that's going to do it. I'm going to stop the stream, check, see how the wife's doing and all that stuff, and then maybe we'll stream Monster Hunter today, but it depends. I'll look and see what the Pop-Up Pizzeria games are, honestly. I haven't seen them before, so I'll look that up. But I honestly just thought Parappa the Rappa. That needs to come back. But anyway, thanks for coming out. Appreciate it, guys. Hope you had fun. It was nice and nostalgic talking about all these old games and old memories that we all share with our family and friends and stuff. And I think that's the best that we can do in terms of raising children, is just giving them a good time, you know? Anyway. Oh, it's Scorpius. There he is in game. Father of 7. Good luck. That sounds so fun. Anyways,